It was Halloween midnight on a harvest moon, and Ayaan had been more than excited for Halloween. Ayaan was finishing his night by reading a book written by Charles Edward titled The Legend of Human Monstrosities. Ayaan had found the concept of the urban legend rather interesting, which revolved around monsters impersonating humans. After finishing the spooky story, he turned off his lamp and went to sleep. However, sleeping was quite a difficult task for Ayaan because his sister Claire, who was out with her best friend Avery, hadn't arrived home yet. "Man, I hope Claire will be back soon," said Ayaan drowsily. Right after saying that, the doorbell rang. Assuming it was his sister, Ayaan went downstairs to open the door, but instead it was a man who asked Ayaan if he knew if it was the harvest moon tonight. Out of curiosity, Ayaan asked the man, "I don't know, sir. Why do you ask?" His eyes focused then shifted towards the sky, and he saw that it was in fact the harvest moon. Ayaan then had told the man his answer was right there, and the man thanked him and told him why he was asking him. "I'm asking because I have recently read an urban legend story about monsters that impersonate humans on the specific night, and these stories never fail to make my skin crawl," the man said to Ayaan. Ayaan had told the man it was completely fine, as he had read the exact same story and related to him. Just as Ayaan told the man it was okay, two horrified screams roared in the distance, making Ayaan and the man's bones shiver. The two screams were let out by two girls running towards Ayaan's house, who turned out to be his sister Claire and her best friend Avery. Girls, what's wrong? What's going on?" Ayaan yelled frantically. In a voice of panic, Avery told Ayaan that she and Claire saw a monster with dark red eyes out there. Claire elaborated a little further and told Ayaan that they saw a draconian acting human out there with red eyes. "First of all, relax. Second of all, there are no monsters. Third of all, why are you two outside past curfew?" said Ayaan. Showing signs of fear, the man then told the three to calm down and sit down on the couch as he locked the door. As the three kids sat down, Claire yelled out that the TV went on. The TV displayed an emergency announcement that was not a drill. A news reporter then reported that unusual sightings of draconian acting humans had been circulating rapidly. Not much is known about these humans, but they have been seen with abnormally large smiles and dark red eyes, the news reporter reported. The reporter urged civilians to turn off lights, lock doors, and avoid confronting the monsters. Then the broadcast ended. Claire's anxiety was through the roof, and she told Ayaan what they should do as she was worried. The man told the kids everything was okay, and all four of them should take it easy for the night. It seemed like everyone had been present, but one person was missing, which was Ayaan and Claire's younger brother, Yusuf. "Claire, where did you let Yusuf run off to again?" Ayaan yelled angrily while shaking Claire back and forth. Their parents had been away for the week, and Ayaan had been doing his best to keep the household in shape. And Claire only made the task more complicated, like a riddle on a test. "Excuse me, Ayaan? I suppose we should try turning off the lights, so we don't get spotted by those things," Avery said. Ayaan did what she said while calming her down, but right as he turned off the lights, a figure appeared by the window, who turned out to be his younger brother Yusuf. Ayaan was relieved to see Yusuf was okay, but Claire noticed that Yusuf was wearing an unusually creepy face. Right after pointing the fact out, Yusuf took out a sledgehammer and smashed the window, sending the kids into a panic. Claire tried to reason with Yusuf by asking him if he was okay. Yusuf then raised his sledgehammer while yelling a phrase in Latin, "Ominous animi moriebunt." Claire got into a serious fight with Yusuf, where he was trying to attack Claire. Avery and the man tried to stop Yusuf, only for the man to get a black eye and for Avery to get her arm bruised. "Yusuf, what happened to you? Guys, run upstairs!" Ayaan yelled frantically. The kids then ran upstairs and hid in a closet, located in the bedroom for the kids of the household. The three hid in the closet with their mouths covered, as Yusuf had been standing right in front of the closet. Thankfully, after a couple seconds, Yusuf walked off. Ayaan wasn't letting his fears defeat him, so with a feeling of determination, he stepped outside of the closet and went downstairs to check on the man. The man, who revealed that his name was Ross, was spotted inside the kitchen with defense. "Kid, where are your parents?" Ross asked Ayaan. Ayaan had told him that they were out on a bonding trip, which he jokingly called a taunting trip due to the confusing natures of wives. After spitting out the information, Ayaan grabbed a kitchen knife for defense. "One question I have. Why did you specifically come up to my door?" Ayaan asked Ross. Ross had told Ayaan that he had known him through his daughter Emma, and how he was trying to be a better person due to having a troubled past with younger folks before fatherhood. Ayaan understood and told him that he and Emma were good friends. Due to their guards being down, they didn't notice Yusuf was heading downstairs and only realized after hearing the sounds of wood creaking. Yusuf had spotted both Ayaan and Ross. Assuming Yusuf was angry due to pranking him, Ayaan tried to reason with him by telling him he was just his big brother trying to have fun. Yusuf then yelled out the same Latin phrase and tried to attack Ayaan multiple times. Dodging the wrathful sledgehammer, Ayaan took a bowl full of fruits and threw it at Yusuf, which did nothing as fruits don't make good weapons. Ross then hit Yusuf with the frying pan he had, and aggressively pulled Ayaan towards the laundry room. The two made it there, but Yusuf was on the outside, banging on the door aggressively. 10 anxious minutes passed, and Yusuf started to speak English. "I know how we can make this night more memorable. Let's play a game, shall we? It's called Lights Out," Yusuf yelled with joy. Yusuf told Ayaan and Ross that they will have to come out eventually, and how he'll go for someone else with a little help. Yusuf whistles creepily and then calls out the name, Abdullah. Ayaan had recognized the name as it was the name of his younger cousin, who was the same age as Yusuf. "Okay, kid, I think it's best if we call 911. They can resolve this mess," Ross insisted towards Ayaan, but Ayaan called his family first, only for shivers to be sent down his spine, due to no one answering. Just as Ayaan turned around, he saw his cousin Abdullah killing Ross with an abnormally large claw. Before dying, Ross frantically told Ayaan to get out of here. Ayaan ran out of the laundry room, only to find the lights turned off. Ayaan couldn't take this anymore, so he pulled out his phone and called 911. 1031 Brooklyn Avenue. I'm being attacked by a group of crazy humans, Ayaan said shakingly. The police told him to stay calm, and backup was on the way, and then they hung up. Claire, who was still hiding, received a call from Ayaan, who told her and Avery to find weapons for defense. And right as Ayaan was telling her to do that, the doorbell went off repeatedly. Ayaan hung up and took out his knife, thinking it was a monster, until a voice yelling for help went off. Ayaan opened the door, and it was one of his friends, Jay. Ayaan led Jay inside and closed the door. Jay said that his sister Annie went missing after this genocide erupted. Ayaan had told Jay that Yusuf and Abdullah had gone insane, and right after saying that, his heart dropped. He realized that this night might have something to do with the book he read earlier, due to the urban legend taking place on Halloween midnight on a harvest moon. Jay then told Ayaan that the monster who was chasing him looked like Ayaan's cousin Alishba, and then the doorbell went off. Having his guard up, Ayaan took one peek outside of the door and saw Alishba, who then barged into the house. No, not Alishba! Ayaan screamed while Yusuf returned to the scene. Jay and Ayaan both fought off the two attacking them, and after a while, Jay demanded Ayaan to escape with his sister, as he'll take care of this. Claire and Avery arrive with defense, but Ayaan tells them to leave, and the three run up into the attic. The three decide to stay up in the attic until they can find a way out. I really hope this doesn't have anything tied to the book, Ayaan quietly said. This confused Claire and Avery, which led to Ayaan explaining to them what the urban legend is about. He said that on Halloween midnight on a harvest moon, monsters that impersonate humans come out on this night, and those monsters have dark red eyes. After explaining the urban legend, Ayaan took out his phone and turned on the flashlight, and right after doing so, a sound of metal hitting the ground went off. This startled the girls, but Ayaan tried to calm them down by showing them their seasonal stuff. Just after showing the seasonal stuff, Ayaan's heart also dropped, upon realization that they don't have metal in the attic. And this led to Ayaan turning around to see his cousin Cookie, who had also gone insane. This sent the trio into a state of panic, and Avery immediately pointed out that there is a window over there. The trio jumped out of the window, and Ayaan and Claire landed on the ground first, and Avery landed on Ayaan, making Ayaan suffer some body trauma. The three didn't waste any time and ran off, not knowing that Yusuf and Cookie were chasing them. Claire had been upset as she had been waiting a long time for Halloween, only for it to be a bloodbath. Ayaan tried to calm her down by telling her they need to work together to stay alive, and how he knew a shortcut to his friend Aryan's house. All the three had to do was to safely traverse through the neighborhood, but before they did, Ayaan took one peek and was horrified. The neighborhood was flooded with neighbors and trick-or-treaters who had all gone insane, and the lights were flickering. But Avery had an idea. She insisted that the three of them traverse through the darkness, while wearing the same expression the monsters did to deceive them. The three began to enact Avery's plan. For a minute the plan was going well, until Avery pushed Ayaan and Claire behind a car. Ayaan took a peek outside and saw his insane-looking friend Aryan standing in front of the car. The trio then took off while wearing the creepy expressions for 5 minutes, until they came across a corpse. Ayaan was horrified, as he recognized that the corpse belonged to his friend Xavier, and just after yelling out his name, behind him he had heard the words, "Did someone call me?" Ayaan horrifically turned around and saw the exact same person standing in front of him, which startled Avery as well. Ayaan tried to deceive Xavier by acting creepy, but he didn't fall for it, and yelled out the Latin phrase, "Omnis animae moriebunt." Xavier then jumped onto Avery and started mauling her, making Avery let out a Halloween scream. Claire tried to stop Xavier but failed, but Ayaan arrived just in time and killed Xavier. Ayaan immediately went to assist Avery, but Claire had stopped Ayaan, as there was a horde of insane neighbors approaching them. The three ran for as long as they could, until they came across a dumpster and hid inside of it. Before all hope was lost, a police car ran over all of the neighbors, except for Ayaan and Claire's insane cousin Cookie, who had flipped the dumpster, letting the trio out. All hope had been lost for the three, but Cookie had been shot dead. The person who shot her turned out to be the news reporter from earlier, who had been holding a shotgun. The news reporter told the kids that they should go with the police, but Ayaan told him that they had ran independently a lot before, and they'll be okay, and right after that, he instructed the girls to head to Aryan's house, which was now visible. The news reporter wished Ayaan prosperity, and Ayaan told him that he may know what's going on. I've read the book Charles Edward wrote on the human monstrosities urban legend, and how it occurs on this specific night. I believe those draconian acting humans aren't actually humans, and they're in fact monsters. This whole night revolves around that urban legend, Ayaan had told the news reporter. The news reporter thanked Ayaan for providing him with the information. Ayaan told the news reporter to head to his house as the police were headed there, and then left the scene, telling the news reporter his name and wishing him prosperity. The news reporter also told Ayaan his name, which was Arnold. The sounds of a helicopter, church bell, and masjid prayer call began to play, as Arnold took his phone out to see if anyone was talking about this night. Some thought the humans were failed lab experiments, but many were talking about the human monstrosities urban legend. Arnold smiled. The trio had finally arrived at Aryan's house and carefully intruded through a broken window. Claire assumed that the monsters had got to this house already, but Ayaan noticed that everything looked fine. Avery then came across the master bedroom, and the trio barged in, where they were met by screams of survivors, startling them. The survivors were Ayaan's friends, which consisted of Ayaan, Edward, Michael, Haskane, and the girl Ross mentioned earlier, Emma. Ayaan immediately rushed to Ayaan and hugged him. Ayaan was relieved to see that everyone was okay, and was even more relieved when he saw the real Yusuf as a survivor as well. Emma asked Ayaan if he had seen her father, and Michael also asked if Xavier was okay. Ayaan was trying to hide the truth, but Avery spilled the beans, causing Claire to crash out. Emma and Michael were shocked and began to tear up, and Ayaan revealed the truth to them. The two began to sob, and Ayaan rushed over to console them. This emotional scenery didn't last long, as Ayaan heard the same monster Latin chant coming from outside, and Yusuf's heart dropped due to him recognizing the voice as his. The fake Yusuf barged into the room, startling Ayaan and Edward. Yusuf wasn't having it and absolutely mauled the fake Yusuf by taking the sledgehammer and cracking open the monster's head, revealing the true monster. It was a black, voidish monster with bloodshot eyes and an abnormally large smile. Edward then stood up, took out a knife, and cut the fake Yusuf's head off, ultimately killing him. "Oh my gosh, you two actually killed it," Ayaan said with a voice of fear. The group of survivors contemplated what had happened for a while, before the TV had turned on. The news reporter Arnold was back with an update on the situation. He and the police arrived at Ayaan's house, where 3 deaths occurred. First death being Jay, second death being the now revealed convicted child prostitute Ross, which caused great shock in Emma, and third death being the fake Alishba. The fake Abdullah was taken to a padded room for behavioral research. Arnold then stated how some people thought these monsters were failed experiments, but how many were saying this whole genocidal night is based off of a famous urban legend. The story goes that these sadistic things called human monstrosities only come out on this night, as their leader considers this special night their night of joy, and they experience their joy through genocide, were the words Arnold had said to explain the urban legend. Earlier, Arnold had advised people to avoid confronting these monsters, but he ended up reporting that people are actually fighting these monsters. He announced that he had also received a report from the UK where the event also took place, and now how it is morning there, resulting in only piles of ash being left. This has left people to believe the weakness of these monsters is sunlight. Arnold then ended the broadcast by advising people to not let their guards down. After the group of survivors watched the broadcast, they wasted no time and started taking precautions. Yusuf and Haskane collected food. The 3 girls boarded up the windows, and Ayaan moved sofas near the door. Ayaan, Edward, and Michael went up to the attic to get weapons, but got into a sticky situation where they encountered a monster impersonating their friend James. However, the 3 had managed to kill the monster. After taking precautions, the group of survivors reunited in the room. 2 gloomy hours have passed, and everything seemed fine, as all the survivors were completely fine. Yusuf had asked Ayaan who Ross was, and Ayaan explained to Yusuf who Ross was. After explaining, Yusuf pointed towards the bathroom door and said, "You mean a man like that?" Ayaan looked at the bathroom door, and his breathing became shaky, as in the bathroom, Ross was standing right there with an abnormally large smile. Claire wondered why Ayaan was scared, and began to look around, only to end up having shaky breath as well, due to seeing a monster looking like Ayaan peeking outside of a vent. Ayaan noticed the presence of fear, and made him and his team take out their weapons. A few silent seconds went by, and the monster impersonating Ayaan barged into the room. Edward commanded Ayaan and Michael to start firing at the fake Ayaan, only for them to fail miserably. Ayaan wasn't having it and attempted to end the monster's life, but ended up getting his arm cut, and before it was all over for Ayaan, Yusuf charged at the fake Ayaan with a rake, ultimately killing him. Ayaan silently applauded Yusuf before he was thrown out of the room by the fake Ross. Claire and Avery put their fears aside and started to beat up the fake Ross, and Haskane then killed the fake Ross with his crowbar. Emma was in pure shock after seeing her father being impersonated. After a couple seconds of silence, an alarm on Ayaan's phone went off. He took a look and saw that the camera at his house detected something. There was a black man using all of his strength to stop a massive figure from barging into his house. Ayaan immediately recognized the silhouette of the figure as the leader of the cult in the urban legend, Nole. He said that the leader wears a necklace, which contains the lives of all the monsters, and if destroyed, all the monsters die. Ayaan told the group of survivors that they're going to go back to his house and bring the leader's life to an end. Claire told Ayaan it would be impossible, but Ayaan said that if they kill the leader, this night will never occur again in the future. Yusuf motivated everyone, and everyone was escorted to a car that Ayaan had in his garage. With Claire having driving experience, she drove everyone to her house as fast as she could. After arrival, everyone confronted the figure, who did in fact turn out to be the leader, Nole. Showing frightening signs of joy, Nole greeted everyone with a villainous sensation. Ayaan told Nole that he could experience joy through pacifism, but Nole said that genocide is the only way they feel the true feeling of free will. His smile began to widen abnormally, and he said that the slaughter of Ayaan and his folks will make the night more memorable. The scene truly turned into a final boss fight in a movie sequence. The group of survivors began to split apart, and Ayaan began to take the initiative by physically combating with Nole. Ayaan and Edward slaughtered their fear by firing bullets at Nole, but that didn't do anything to him, and Nole knocked the two out. Michael then avenged the two by physically combating against Nole with Haskane's help, only for the two to also fail. While Nole was occupied with the folks fighting him, Claire evacuated Ayaan and Emma into the house, where they were met by the black guy, who was caught on the security camera, whose name was Sammy. Sammy told the girls to help Ayaan and the folks fight off the leader, as he wasn't the fighting type. Right as he hastened up his pace, Nole barged into the house and ran towards Sammy. While the chaos was erupting, in the laundry room, the police and the news reporter were hiding in there, as they were attacked seconds after the broadcast ended. Sammy tried to enter the laundry room, only to get caught by Nole, but the news reporter and the police opened the door and grabbed Sammy. Nole and the crime reporting team got caught in a game of tug-of-war, where Sammy was the rope. While the game was going on, Yusuf came from behind and stabbed Nole in his eyes, which freed Sammy and caused him to flee upstairs. Ayaan, Yusuf, the crime reporting team, and the other survivors all ran into hiding spots. Nole's eyes weren't gone for long, as he magically regenerated them. Nole made his movements towards upstairs, and he was near the girls hiding in a closet, and while Claire was calling 911, Emma's phone went off, leading to her screaming "Mom." Nole heard the sound and spotted the girls, where he took Emma and mauled her to her flesh. Ayaan and Yusuf tried to tackle Nole, only to get slammed onto the wall. Furious, Claire and Avery pounced on Nole, and the three tumbled down the stairs. Michael then whistled loudly and lured Nole to the front door, where Ayaan blinded Nole with the sack he found. Nole tumbled outside, where he was confronted by Claire and Avery. This night was meant to be a girls' hangout, but you and your folks ruined it by making it a genocidal hangout. Avery angrily ranted towards Nole. Local police arrived just in time to surround Nole, but were caught by monsters creeping up on them. Ayaan, who was severely injured, tried to rush out to Claire, but was stopped by Sammy. Ayaan wasn't having it and freed himself, and then sprinted towards Claire. Nole tried to make a villainous movie scene and told everyone that this world of free will be theirs once all humans are dead. Right as all hope was gone, the sun began to rise, and Nole's necklace exploded, making its existence no more. "How dare you put my people and my family in danger!" Claire yelled with determination. All the monsters melted, and Nole melted as well, telling Claire what she had done. Nole screamed "my children" in agony several times, and moments later, he was no more. The urban legend was history. Hours later, Emma was taken to the hospital, and Ayaan was told that she would be okay. Ayaan and the others mourned over the loss of Xavier, But just as they were doing that, Xavier appeared right behind them. Confused, Ayaan asked Xavier how he was alive. And Xavier said that the dead body of his was just a prop. Xavier then asked Ayaan what happened, and Ayaan told Xavier not to worry about it. But Xavier was hiding the fact that he also got himself stuck in the genocidal night as well. Edward told everyone to forget about what happened, and they all left to go get some real breakfast. Ayaan approached Claire and hugged her, telling her how proud he was of her and Avery to bring a massive urban legend to an end. Claire and Avery were just happy to know everyone was okay. Yusuf then said that they should all go get breakfast as well, and the three went off. Ayaan, who was full of joy, then yelled, "Happy Halloween!" which was followed by cheers. The crime reporting team then came out of the house, thanking every one of the survivors for their service. Arnold then started another news broadcast, where he said that the urban legend was brought to an end by a group of brave kids. He then ended it off by wishing everyone a happy Halloween.